Hello, everybody. This is Yafa Luria. For those who are new to my channel, I am a lifelong veteran educator, both teacher several times over and school counselor. And I am an ADHD coach. And what that means to me is that I help families come up with customized strategies so that they can parent better, be a kid with ADHD better, or be a parent with ADHD better. You can reach me at blocktobrilliant.com, and I'll put any extra information right down there. Today is the third day of ADHD Awareness Month 2020, and I'm really excited for this particular year because my specialty is helping in situations where the school may have given up, or the teacher may say there's nothing more I can do, it's all up to you now, parents, or where the parents feel like they've tried everything and nothing's worked. And that's pretty prevalent in 2020. What I wanted to talk about for today's topic is something that I have experienced myself as a person with ADHD, but also a lot of my clients have experienced this, including one who experienced it recently. When there's a big activity that needs to be done, people with ADHD tend to perceive that activity more as an event, meaning it's not just a simple action that we take, or a simple action that we take for 2 hours. It's a whole event. There's the prep, there's the prep right before, so there's like a bigger prep or a smaller prep, and then there's the prep before, which can be emotional. There's the event itself, which may have several steps to it, depending on what the event is. And then there's the aftermath. So yesterday, I went with a friend to IKEA. And I love my friend, and I thought I loved IKEA, but this turned out to be a big event that I didn't prepare for. I just thought it would be walking through IKEA, but I had an emotional reaction, not like a meltdown exactly, but more, I was like angry at IKEA because it didn't feel like things were organized logically until you got to the actual section. And then, I mean, I knew exactly what I was going to buy, but they were like, all the models that I was interested in were not available. Like it says, not available. And then people were sharing information back and forth, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just get it online. And then people were like, no, it's not online either. So I have a gift certificate to IKEA that I wanted to wanted to use, and so I'm not sure what to do with this gift certificate that I have now. If anybody wants to buy it from me, just kidding. So we walked around a lot, and I have a step limit. Like, when I hit a certain number of steps, I better rest, or I'm going to be exhausted for the rest of the day, and probably for the day after. And I wasn't paying attention to my steps because my steps are on my phone, and I had my phone put away in my purse. And, excuse me, when I saw how many steps I had done, I realized that I had gone over my limit. And the day wasn't over, but I had gone over my limit. So that meant that I was going to have to address that overage in some way. And what happened was, um, I hadn't eaten all day, which, I don't know, didn't really seem to affect me. But I did get dinner. I ate my dinner. I was exhausted. I had work that I could have done after going to IKEA. I didn't have to do it, but it would have been helpful if I had done it. And I couldn't do it. I was in a lot of physical pain, and I was really tired. Like, I fell asleep sitting up watching some TV show, which isn't unheard of for me, but it's not common. And then I slept for, I don't know, 14 hours. It was either 14 or more. And today I wake up and I don't really know what to do today. I was like, can I not do a video today? Can I not do anything today? Could I sleep through the day? And the reason I'm bringing this up is that you may encounter things like this with your kids or with yourself, where something big has occurred, like even a trip somewhere, and the recovery time, so to speak, is longer than you would have predicted. Or that moment when they've had too much comes and it's just like everything breaks down. Like, they hit their limit and they're done. They cannot perform anymore. They cannot impress you anymore. They cannot respond to you anymore. And this is pretty common. The number of steps that I can walk at any given time is my indication that things are going to melt down soon. But your child has his or her own indication that things will melt down soon. I have a client. She's a mom. She was fairly recently diagnosed with ADHD, and everybody in her family has ADHD, which for her family is helpful. For other families, it can be very limiting. And she was preparing for a refi on their house, and it was a big deal, even though, I mean, people are getting refis. But what she said to me was, I spent all this time preparing and getting ready for the appraiser to come, and then when it was over, it was just like over. And, she spent all this time cleaning the house, making sure everything was straightened out. And then, a day later, the house needs to be straightened out. Everything needs to be put in its place and cleaned. And it can feel like, I just cleaned yesterday. Why do I have to clean again today? And your kids can have that same attitude about cleaning or about schoolwork. I just did homework yesterday. Why is there more today? And I know for a lot of you that doesn't sound logical. And I don't know, maybe it's not logical. But it is common. An ADHD, or a person with ADHD, or a child or teen, especially with ADHD, is going to naturally pick apart a situation, an event, an activity, a moment in history. They're going to pick it apart and find where they believe there's a clash of facts or something that feels off. And they'll talk about it, they'll say it like, I just did the dishes yesterday. Why do I have to do them again today? Why can't yesterday's amount of dishes um, last for more than a day? And and often neurotypical parents will try to reason it out with them. You don't need to do that. It's just a thing they're thinking, and you could say, "Oh, that's really interesting." Or you could ask a question about it, like, "Are are you feeling tired?" Or um, "Is there something I can help you with?" You don't need to do the whole logic with them, because you may just get into an argument that you didn't even intend to get into. Um, so keep in mind that when there are big events or big activities like a 5K or a marathon or a final exam or moving or painting a room, that there will be some anxiety in the buildup. There will be a free-for-all of emotions during it, meaning, I don't mean that they'll go through all the emotions, but they may. But each activity may elicit a different kind of emotion, so you don't really know what kind of emotion is going to come up during the activity. And then there's going to be this letdown, relief, what do I do now thing afterwards. If you want more information, you can follow me and my e-zine or newsletter. I will put the information below. People that subscribe to my newsletter get discounts that people who are on social media following me don't get. So if you want the extra discounts, and they're often very good discounts, I suggest that you subscribe down below. You'll have the link. For ADHD Awareness Month 2020, I have a book launch, and if you buy a book, here's the book. Here is my book. It's backwards, but here it is. See, there's my name. It's called Parenting Your Child with ADHD, 100 Lessons to Take Your ADHD Child from Blocked to Brilliant. Here I am on the back. If you buy a book, you get a free half hour of consultation with me. So that's something that's available also. So I do suggest following me with my e-zine or newsletter and getting all the lowdown. All right, if you have any questions about this video, put them below. If you have any questions you'd like me to address, put them below. If you want to email me, I'm coach@blockedtobrilliant.com. And you can subscribe below, and you can hit the like button below also. All right, take care, everybody. Happy ADHD Awareness Month.